Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another installment of economic ways to be beautiful. And this video is going to encompass just some more products that I think we can feel beautiful in, and we can feel better about our wallets because they have such a low price point. And much of it is makeup. It has been about a year since I have shopped for makeup to any capacity. Well, maybe one. And it was just the Essence like primer, the lash primer, and a Lash Princess for like $3.99 a piece. So I think that's the only makeup I've purchased this entire last year. And so I went to both Ulta and where else? I think just Ulta, and I got a few little goodies. Oh, and Walmart. Let's start with the Walmart stuff first. Why not? Everything's drugstore. Like, oops. I got a couple of palettes, and yeah, let's get into it. I got a couple palettes and then got a couple Wet n Wild things from Walmart. So the palettes were 14 bucks and under, so nothing is over $14 in this video, so that's good. This is going to be showcasing some of my favorite brands from the drugstore, which comprise of Essence, Wet n Wild, and I think that's very good quality. So first up is Wet n Wild. I went to Walmart, purchased these last week sometime, and have had the opportunity to play with both of them, and I can say for certainty that I love them both. I only purchased one of these multi-sticks from Wet n Wild, and it's the shimmer one called Mother of Pearl. And let me just do a swatch real quick, and there we go. These are very highly emollient sticks, and I used to use these, I think back when they had a different formula back in the day, and I just didn't care for them that much, but something like this is something I could really use. I already have NYX Milk, so I didn't need the white matte one in this because I already have something similar that I use. And so I did, however, just decide to get the pearly white, just for, you know, highlighting focal points of my face and, you know, doing that, blending it in. Like that's pretty much it. And this was like, how much was it? Like $2. So yeah, not that bad. And so yeah, this is the Wet n Wild, and it's really pretty. We'll see how it goes in the future. And this is from their new Chameleon collection, and this is really pretty. This, I think I already, it's called Solar something, I'm not sure, but this is the Chameleon highlight, and it's very cheap packaging. It could honestly be a little cheaper in price too, because this was like $6. Okay, Wet n Wild, come on. All right, so that is the swatch. There we go. So you can see there. Oh, and there, sorry, I just swatched one of my, I can't show it to you because it's shattered, but it's a highlight that I put on my cheeks today over my Cover FX blush, and it's another Wet n Wild highlight, and it's my favorite. And let's just say there's a reason this is $9. This was $9 when it was available, and this was from the Maryland collection, in Peachy Pink, and it's really nice. But yeah, this is the swatch of it, and I think it's super beautiful. And if I wear a peachy blush, then it looks amazing, and if I don't, it just I have to be wearing like a warm toned or a color that's similar to it in order for it to kind of match, you know, because it just adds some dimension that I really appreciate. And last time I really wore it was to my church choir. I was part of the choir, and I wore it for a holiday show, last year. And so that's what that is. Okay, so that's it for Wet n Wild. So those are the products I got from Walmart. So let's go on to Ulta. Most of this is Essence makeup. This first one, oh my gosh, I've already worn this a couple times. This is so good. This is the Lash Without Limits Tubing Mascara, the Extreme Lengthening. I've been burned in the past by their Lash Princess Brown mascara, so I'm not going to purchase the brown. It was a completely different formula in the Lash Princess between the brown and the black. I mean, the brown was so much more wet. It did not set. It did not adhere. It kept smudging off my lashes and giving me the worst raccoon eyes ever that I've ever experienced. So not going to make that same mistake again. I don't think Essence does brown mascara very well. I'm not going to even waste $4 to find out, because I just, I'd rather stick with their black mascaras, because those are the ones that work. Okay, and that's kind of my re-up on mascara, because my L'Oreal Voluminous was getting a little old. So the next product that I purchased were two of the Essence, Silky Blur Hydrating Longwear Concealer. I did not know what shade I would be, so I purchased two. These are $4.99 a piece. So I'm about to run out of my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Marshmallow. So I have to go with something cheaper, and I'm really, literally after 2 years of owning that product, I'm about to run out of it. So decided to purchase these, and I decided to test out the e.l.f. one too. It was, this is the 16-hour Camo concealer. This is the matte formula. I decided, one hydrating formula, one matte formula, just to see where my interests lie at this point. So, all right, and then haven't tried this out yet, but I have tried out number 50 from Essence, and I can say it's pretty good. It's pretty lightweight. I do like the packaging too, and but I haven't tried out 90 as of yet, but more pink toned. Whereas my Marshmallow from Too Faced is a little bit on the yellow side. Light Ivory is my e.l.f. shade. I need to do this quick because my knees can't really sit in this position much longer. Okay, then I got some Essence single eyeshadows. They were like $3.99 for the eyeshadows, and I think $6.99 for the blush. And the shades that I got were 3 out of the 4 shades that they sell. This is called Blushed Stardust. This is possibly my favorite. Very sparkly, like nude champagne color. And this one is a pearl finish. This is a pearl finish called Golden Glow, and that's really pretty too. And this one is another glitter in the shade Frosted Shine 01. See? Okay, and there we go. It said this one's supposed to be gold, but I don't really see the gold in here. I think it's just like a silver sparkle, and here's the Golden Glow. I hope they expand on this line, because I've always loved Essence single shadows and their formula. I used to, oh gosh, back when I had a blog, I had this gold one that I used all the time, and a couple of matte ones that I bought from, I think, Kmart, when Kmart was still a thing. This was like 12 years ago, and their formula was good then, and it's good now. I mean, they're getting even better, so that's good. So yeah, they're very, very pretty. And then the Soft Baked Blush in Rose All Day, number 30. Let me show you what that looks like. Whew. Oh, my knees are trash after this. Oh god, okay, I gotta sit up straight. All right, and then I decided to purchase, okay, I cannot find sparkly lip gloss anywhere anymore, so I found this line from NYX, and I completely forgot that they had it. This is their Butter Gloss Bling line. I cannot tell you how many butter glosses I've used in my life. This is so pretty, and it smells divine. Really, really pretty. And this is called, I don't know what it's called, but oh, She Got Money. It's a nice fuchsia with, I would say, lilac, peach, and bright pink sparkle. Reminds me of the MAC lip glosses. TikTok totally inspired this purchase because I was seeing a lot of that MAC lip gloss trend coming back, and how REM Beauty is really the only company nowadays that has such sparkly lip glosses. Well, go for NYX. You don't have to spend 20 something dollars on lip gloss to look like that, okay? So nothing against Missouri, but yeah, people trying to save money now. So, okay, this is the LA Girl, to shut off my DoorDasher. This is the Prism from LA Girl, the Prism stick. This is a little cheaper than the Colourpop ones, which I'm not complaining about. And I got the shade Angelic Glow. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me do a little swatch. Ooh, just a tiny little swatch is what that got me. It's really pretty. So it sets pretty well too, so I'm looking forward to incorporating this into my looks. And this was about $7. Now, I'm shocked that I went for either of these brands because I try not to support these brands, to be quite honest with you. I have my reasons. Won't get into them in this video, but I actually decided to purchase a Morphe palette and a Colourpop palette. Colourpop quality was on the decline for a while there. I decluttered all of my Colourpop palettes, and I didn't really have that many to begin with. I had maybe 4. The quality just wasn't hitting it for me, so I did get rid of all of them. Decided 2 years later to give them another try, and I decided to purchase the Feelin Bubbly palette, and I must say I'm impressed. Now, what you have to do with these palettes, however, is you have to swirl your finger in the shimmers. The mattes are fine from the jump, but the shimmers require some warmth from your fingers. They require that so that they can warm up and be as creamy as they can. Or else, if you try to use them as soon as you open the package, if you try to use them hot off the press, they're not going to perform the way you want them to, and they're not going to swatch as creamy and as pigmented as you would want them to. So that's the one caveat that I have for Colourpop shimmers. And it didn't used to be that way. They used to be good right off the jump, but now you have to kind of swirl your finger in there 5 or 6 times for the pigment, for that film that was when they were pressed in the factory. That thin layer needs to come up, and in order for them to swatch and perform their best. Otherwise they're a little bit dry and stiff because of that top layer, so you just have to break it down just so that, you know, they can really swatch beautifully and, you know, become more creamy. So yes, that is what I recommend with the Colourpop formula, and this is a gorgeous palette. I've used it a couple times so far, and it's a perfect workhorse palette. I did have the Rock Candy palette prior to this, and I also had the Brown Sugar palette from Karuchi, or I Love Sadahi. I can't remember which collaborator did that palette with Colourpop. Oops. But anyway, yeah, those the Brown Sugar palette was beautiful. However, I just found I wasn't getting much use out of it because the tones were so dark. I do not look good in very dark shadows, so no matter what season it is. So yeah, I like the light to mid-tone shades with maybe one deep shade in there. So that's what I found works best for me. So this is the Feelin Bubbly palette, and it lasts all day. I mean, the shimmers, they are substantial and they stay on the eyes, and they look pretty good. Like there's a dimension to them. It's a far cry from, you know, the Rock Candy shimmers. The Rock Candy shimmers were terrible. So, and Off Melrose. That palette was terrible too. Okay, there was one other palette I had. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, this is the Morphe. Oh, and this was 14 bucks. I just bought it on, you know, regular price, which is the first time I've ever done that with a Colourpop palette. And this is the Morphe Sky-Fi eyeshadow palette. This is, I guess, a newer eyeshadow palette range that they've released in recent months or the past year. I'm not sure. I don't really go into Ulta that often, like at all. Last time I was there prior to the time I picked all this up was like probably 8-9 months ago. Whoopsie. And that was to get my hair cut. So yeah, this is a beautiful pastel palette, and I bought this with the sole purpose of pairing it with my Anastasia Cosmos palette. This is so pretty, and I love this palette. This is what I have on my eyes today. And yeah, this one and this one, because you can tell the mattes in here are more on the neutral side, whereas in here you get more pastels. And I have a couple pastel palettes with some phenomenal mattes, but I figured, you know, this was on sale for about $13, I think. Either 11 or 13. And so it was a good deal for what it is, and you get a good amount of product in here. And these are baked gelée, I guess. I'm not sure. I haven't done really much research into this formula. Again, I don't really support Morphe as a brand, nor do I really support Colourpop, so I don't really keep tabs on them and what they're up to. I just found these products to be very beautiful and figured that they looked like a major step up from what they used to do. So same with the Colourpop. That formula in the Feelin Bubbly is a major improvement from what they were doing circa 2020 through 2024. Like that, I mean, I bought 2 palettes in that span, and like my previous 2 palettes were bought before 2020. So one of them I liked, but I can't really remember the name of it. But be that as it may, I like this one, so that's all that matters. So yeah, beautiful pastels, and I will be using this with the Cosmos palette, so that's really pretty. And by the way, this is what I'm wearing today, and from the Cosmos palette I'm wearing, whoopsie, I was gonna sell this, can you believe it? What was I thinking? I'm actually wearing some warm browns and like, whoops, on my lash line and in my crease. And Mars and Comet are the mattes that I'm using. They're concentrated like more along here and up here. And the shimmers are Supernova and Croissant. How you pronounce that? I'm not sure. That's pretty. I haven't used the black yet to pair these over because I just, you know, yeah. I just wanted something light today. Light, iridescent, sparkly, because I love sparkle. And oh, and I'm also wearing the lightest shade from the Feelin Bubbly palette, which is called Pop Off. I'm wearing that in my inner corner. So yeah. Okay, everyone, that's it for my haul, and I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all got some inspiration. If you have the necessity to replenish any of your expensive makeup products, go for the cheaper if you can. Okay, I will always stand by drugstore makeup, always. Once upon a time I did love high-end makeup, but I just can't afford it anymore, nor can a lot of people. So I'll catch you next time, and until then, have a great day, everyone.